everyone, and welcome back to But Is It a Crisis? I'm going to be your host today, and my name is Amanda, followed by
Natalie.
and
Also Amanda.
yay!
Today, I'm also Amanda.
Yes, I am Amanda. I wanted to kind of just talk to you randomly about something I did recently at 40, and that has been kind of life-changing, right? Changed my whole career. I went from, so basically that's what I want to talk about. Talking about a job change, right? Like, I thought but is it a crisis is more on, is it a crisis because we were 40? Is this our midlife crisis? Not like an everyday crisis because my whole life has been a crisis. So maybe it doesn't feel like a crisis, but something was supposed to happen at 40. Whereas I remember back in the day, my dad turned 40 and he's out buying 2 motorcycles. And here we are now in 2025 and I'm just switching jobs. So is it a crisis? And Natalie, you also switched jobs recently.
Yeah.
I did, yeah. I switched jobs, careers, everything. I did
From
all the things.
all the angles, right?
Yeah.
Like, so from what you were used to.
Yeah. Well, this is my second time. The first time was about 5 years ago. Yeah, a little bit. I went from I was in the same industry, just different roles.
Gotcha.
And I also started my own small business when I was in my mid-30s, which I still have now. But yeah, I completely changed in October to a completely different industry. I was in the beauty industry my whole life, and now I'm in the car industry.
Yeah, still beauty.
I'm in the finance industry because it's more for like investors, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful car.
It is a beautiful car.
It
is.
I mean, it's sales and you were selling things.
Yes.
It's just that a very different demographic.
Very different.
Yes.
Yeah, and I went from working with all women to working with all men now, which was quite a transition.
In the wax world.
I gotta
you didn't just change jobs. You technically changed roles.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like you went into a completely different role.
A completely different role but it's still in the same industry because, this knowledge is so great. You can do so much with it. I went into a manufacturing role. Yes.
Now, do you...
Not trophy wife like I had wanted.
No, like you wanted.
Like, Michael's like, no, gotta work. Like, why, Michael? Like, what are we missing here?
What am I doing this for?
I know, seriously. Like, there's a bunch of kids I could do the same that I'm doing now for them. But it's still a lot.
We got a bunch of kids.
We got a bunch of kids. Well, I mean, I would just say 4 because the older 2 are self-sufficient for the most part. So the 4, I'm still lugging back and forth.
How do you feel about it?
Well, I was thinking, so I wanted to talk more about it. Like so when you switched careers, right? Like what were you looking for, right? Like, so I just knew I was completely bored where I was. Like I had been there, I kind of established, I was maintaining. It was very, very easy from the position that I had been in. So doing a change, I wanted a new challenge. At the same time, I need flexibility. Like I have a bunch of moms trying to speak with people and see. And I think sales is the best for flexibility in a role that you can kind of just do to your own hours, use your own schedules. I work at nights by going to networking events. Like you can do more to make up if you missed an hour or 2 during the day, right? So that was a big thing to me. And then it went back to me to being like, okay, like, because we're a woman and we're moms and we're doing all the things, right? Still picking them up, taking them to school, dropping them off, going to work all day, doing the groceries, all the things, right? So it was a major factor that I had flexibility on my job. Mm-hmm. What about you guys?
I wanted to work as little as possible and make as much money as possible.
That was the goal?
That is my goal right now. Yeah.
Good job. All right.
Hashtag no ever all the money.
Yes.
I like all of it.
I wish it happened like that.
I just want to I just want to get paid for being myself.
Right, just showing up, being like waking up. Yes.
I like it. I have not changed my main career for a very long time.
However,
I decided that I wanted to go back to school because of the things that happened to me last year. And the things that happened to me last year made me look at my life in general and ask myself, what do I want my life to look like on a regular basis? Because I feel like a lot with work, life, like everything you just mentioned, especially being a mom, you do 500 million things and you just get into the habit of just doing things and you're not thinking about, is this how I want to spend my time? And so I wanted to do something that mattered to me. I've built a career where I'm at. I'm a leader where I'm at. I'm great at what I do. But while I've helped people in their careers, it doesn't feel like
like you're helping.
This is my passion. Like this is the thing that I wake up and say, like it gives me joy in a real substantial way besides the money, to say like I am doing something that's contributing to the world in X way or even just my own joy in a certain way. And so I had thought about doing psychiatry for a very long time, and
you're my therapist.
And I wanted to do it with a particular segment of people, but while it was like very, existential in the sense of like, what is my purpose? What do I want to do for my journey? The reality of putting myself in a space at 40 years old where I'm going back to school with little people, who are 20-year-old babies. They think they're adults, but I'm looking at them like,
the world. Aw,
you're so cute.
Especially when they say cute things like, I'll never do that, or that's not gonna happen.
Right. It's really interesting because I've done this at certain like older people's stages in my life.
Yeah, because even your degree.
I got my bachelor's when I was in my late 20s. And back then when I went to school, noticing the difference between me and the 18-year, 19-year-olds made me feel like a little self-conscious in a way. Like, am I like the old lady?
Am I too old to be here?
No.
Correct.
Am I too old to be here?
Right. Whereas this time, I'm like, I'm going to get a backpack and I'm going to have school outfits and I'm going to have a pencil case and I'm just so excited.
But
like,
you love school.
I don't care what they think.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, guys.
She's so happy to be learning in the front row, doing homework. Yes. Reading books.
Makes me so happy.
Mm-hmm.
But
no interest here.
I'm also like long-term wondering how starting a new career at this age is going to affect my chances of being accepted or successful or whatever, because I'm going to be new in the segment of,
Actually, I think that might help you in this particular field. I think that your age might work in your favor.
Right.
I feel like rationally, you would think that it does help you, but stigmas are there and they're irrational. And so, even being able to get into a master's program, I'm wondering, like, are they doing the math? Are they looking at my thing and saying like, oh, well, she's starting at this age. Like, do we want somebody who's going to have a longer career track if they're, 20 years old? I don't know.
Millennials are the younger. What's younger than the millennials? They are switching
Generation
jobs.
Z.
Like, they have no loyalty. I have seen somebody switch jobs in 2 years, like 3 to 4 times. So I would not be worried about that because the younger generation is not being loyal. They are in it for their money. They're going where they like. I know.
I've been so inspired by them.
I know.
You make more money that way.
You do. So I do have a friend that she initially started and she was making, say, 70. And then she went all the way up. And I think she's at like 125 now in literally 2 years, jumping from that gap, just by going. I always say that you're like, so you're worth more somewhere else, right? Like, your expertise is so needed someplace. You just got to find where it is and what they're willing to pay.
Yeah. I think it's, again, it's the mean voices in your head, right?
Telling you not to and stop. Yeah, no, that's not good.
Yeah.
Well, go get your backpack and sit in the front row and get all A's.
I finished my last class.
Are you getting better?
I just got my grade, guys. Guess what I got?
A.
An A.
Yeah, no. Oh you showed off to your
Shocker.
kids. So Amanda has kids that are in college. Yeah.
Yes.
So are you like, look at my backpack?
I showed Alayla my last
A.
grade. I was like, I got a 97. And she's like, you couldn't just get an A. You have to get a
97.
She's like, you're trying too hard.
Oh, right. Like, you're like, I'm in the front row. Hello.
Sounds like a hater to me.
But you're paying for it, right? And it's your money. So isn't it, right? Do you take it differently than having, okay.
I never,
when I went to school, it was, okay. So
well,
I had it paid for. So I think I was like,
I had a Pell Grant.
Okay.
Last time, because they cover up to your bachelor. So technically, it wasn't out of pocket.
Okay, that's good.
But by then I was already older. I had kids. Like I wanted to go to make more money. So I was much more cognizant of the fact that I needed to do well, but it was something that I just wanted to finish so that I could have that degree and I could be paid more.
Aw.
It wasn't about the experience of the learning of the trade. Whereas this time I'm like, oh, I want to learn about psychology and the mental stuff. And I've talked to you guys about it. I'm like, do you know what this last class we were talking about? And like all of that stuff. That is different for me now. I love it.
Yeah, I can see you going back again and again. You
Yeah.
definitely are one of those
gonna
people
go
that
back
love
forever.
learning. Yes.
Yes.
Not I.
I'll be 80.
Checked
and sit
out.
in the class.
I think one of the things that, at least for me, when switching careers, is the lack of support that you might have, as far as like, you know, not just physical support. Like if you do have kids, who's going to help you take care of those kids? Who's going to take care of the house and all of that? But also like the mental support. Like who's going to be there for you while you're learning new things? Because it's hard to learn new things when you're older because you're so distracted by outside things. How is your support group?
Oh, you guys are my support group. So I have a really good one, actually.
It's us.
Yeah, literally. This is support for me right now, talking to you guys. I really enjoy it. I have Amanda always telling me, like, where would you want? Like, I'll be like, oh, but this isn't, again, like we talked about this earlier. I'll be like, oh, but I don't feel like I should wear it. Why? Why not wear it? Like, why?
Mhm.
Right.
And it is good to have that. And then I have my husband who's always pushing me. He wants me to work more and more and more.
How dare he
Right,
motivate
like-
you to live your best life?
So over him right now, making me work. However, he's really good support. He's always he's been on even your case about like looking for a job and making more money because of, the company we both worked at. We were doing phenomenal, but a different standpoint, it's not phenomenal, right? Like it depends, like, again, what your degree of success is, right? Like what you have success. But I'm happy. And my kids are like my worst, my biggest critics. So it's nice to get beat up all the time by them and then brings me down,
Yeah.
I think that the entire idea of like, oh my God, can I do this again at this age is complicated from the outside, because on the inside, you still feel like you're 30 years old. It's more of like, oh my God, are they going to give me that job? I'm just a little, you know what I mean? When in reality, you've been a professional for 20 years.
Yes.
Damn right they're going to give you that job.
Mm-hmm.
But from the outside, there are people who'll be like, well, do you really want to change jobs? Now you have such a great job. You're doing so good.
That's the older people, I feel, because they were so loyal and they're like, but you have insurance. And they're like,
Right.
yeah, everyone gives you
Right.
insurance,
Such a
right?
scam.
Or they give you, now they
Right.
pay you money.
Right.
If they don't carry insurance, like they'll give you a supplement.
I also feel like that doesn't happen as often to men. Like them
Oh.
saying like, oh, are you sure?
Oh,
Are you sure you want to go?
because they have no responsibility. I mean, yes, they have to, Michael has to provide, but he just wakes up and goes. I'm the one taking the kids to school, picking them up. Now he's getting calls from the
It's
principals.
almost like you're lucky you have a job that pays so well as a woman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, actually, no. I mean, yes, we're all,
Very fortunate.
we could have been born into really very different circumstances, but I earned this. It's my abilities that got me here, and I can take those abilities with me wherever I go, and those other people are going to see how capable and amazing I am, and I'm going to succeed there too.
Mhm.
And so it's
You're
not
still
just
you.
like a fluke. It's not just that company who gave me this opportunity. It's like, no, it was me though.
Right.
Because they didn't give this opportunity to everybody who worked there.
Yeah.
They gave it to me.
But I also think it's a lot of fear. Like you're scared that you might not succeed, or you're scared. And there was something that you said when you were talking about changing, and something you said stood out that I hadn't been able to like verbalize it that way. And it was, you will never be that person who didn't have experience again. Like you're not going to be a 22-year-old with no experience. Like even if this doesn't work out, you have so many more options. And I think that we get stuck in that. It's like we don't realize that we do have the experience. We do have the knowledge. We do have this, the experience of having done what we've done, and we can always go back.
Yeah.
But I think it is
Start
that
something
fear,
new.
especially if
So
you've
scary.
been in a position where financially you haven't been as great.
Oh, that's a major
You are
factor.
terrified.
Yeah.
It's like a PTSD of not being able to afford certain things or not
Or
having,
pay your electric bill.
Exactly.
And, you know,
Absolutely.
yes.
and we are led by fear.
Yeah.
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 But we are the grown-ups now. Like I when I decided that I was going to own a home and take on that kind of responsibility, I said, I want a house that if I was having to earn an hourly wage at a retail store like a Walmart, that I would be able to pay my bills.
And before recently, yeah.
I plan all of my stuff
That's-
like that.
that's
and,
smart.
And then, 10 years later, I'm having that conversation with my partner and he's like, you're never
Never.
going to have an hourly job at Walmart again.
Uh-huh.
What is wrong with you? You're going to run a division like
Of NASA.
buy the thing, do the thing. It's fine. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Is that trauma? Is it like a trauma, a mechanism that we deal with because
I don't know if it's a poor thing, a woman thing. I don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it would. It would tie back to experiences that you've had, or even imposter syndrome, which women are notorious for feeling more so than men. That imposter syndrome is like, am I good enough for this? Are they gonna wake up one day and realize I don't know what I'm doing?
Right.
Oh.
And they never know what they're doing.
Never.
No, but they fake it till they make it.
Yes.
They'll just show up and lie on the resume. They were talking about that, how women will only if they qualify 100% apply. Men, if they only qualify for 50% of the job. And literally, yes.
Yes, I have had that conversation so many times with professional women. I was at a meeting full of professional women, and they were like, "Well, I just want to know more about this thing that I'm trying to apply for." I'm like, "You have been in this industry for 16 years, ma'am. There might be things in this new role that you don't know. You'll be fine.
Yes.
You'll figure them out. Go apply right now, because there's nobody that they're going to get from outside of here that's going to be able to do it better than you.
Mhm.
But you're literally you talked yourself out of it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And when you were changing or when you were thinking about changing it, you were trying to talk yourself out of things.
Oh, it was so scary. I was so comfortable. I had been there for, longer than my first marriage. So it was 8 years of my life. It was, and it was hard to change something that you don't know what's going to happen. It was very scary. Trying to, and it still is scary. It's nowhere as easy what I'm doing now as it was then. It is so hard for me. However, help me.
I wasn't asking, but I commented on the fact that you didn't realize you were overqualified.
Oh yeah, until people started telling me. Until
Yeah.
you told me.
The whole industry knows who she is.
yeah.
What are you doing? You can fake it to you. You could literally go somewhere and do barely nothing.
I wish. Sign me up. I just started a company from ground zero that I have to build. But again, it's fun for me. It's intriguing because now I get to go out. I feel like before when I was more home, not out as much as I am now, that I was getting depressed. I wasn't happy. I could pretend like I'm happy. I'm home all day, living my best. No, I really wasn't happy. I was so bored. It was really having an effect in my relationships,
I think that's also a fallacy that as you get older, you want to do less. Yeah, you're more tired. I'm more tired today in some ways. But again, I'm not winding down. Are you winding are we winding down for retirement at 40? I think that
yes. I am.
But you see, you're so funny. I think that you don't.
I know.
Because then
I'd be so bored.
Exactly.
But maybe I could just do Pilates.
I am so okay with being bored.
I know.
I want to do nothing. I want to do nothing.
You're definitely way more chill than I am.
Oh my God, I'm ready. The thing is that since I was 20, I've been working since I was 14.
Yeah, me too.
So
you?
it's,
14.
I've been working
12.
much.
Yeah,
illegally.
And then I was, with a company for over 10 years that I traveled so much. And I was always on the go. And I'm just tired. And then the last, few years, I've been working 4 jobs really. And I'm just at the point where just give me all the money and I just want to do nothing. But it's because I feel like I've done a lot of work. However, I will say there are times where I'm I miss having a purpose. I have a purpose, but I feel like I was going back to the book that I've been rereading, and it's how you knew what you wanted to do when you were a kid. And it was like, I always knew that I wanted to help people. But I also wanted to be an entertainer. So part of my job or my career for so long was both of those things. I was helping people, but I was always entertainer because I was a trainer. So I had, I facilitated a lot of workshops, a lot of conferences and things like that. So, I was always entertaining.
Yeah.
So I do sometimes feel like I'm missing that, but I am doing that with the influencer thing. And that's how I help women feel good about themselves. And like, that's my form of entertainment. But going back to like, the whole point of the podcast is like changing careers and how women, I feel like some women our age who have been working their whole lives are at the point where I just want to be a housewife. Like someone put
There's
me
a renaissance with that.
Yes.
It's not just women our age. Like the young women want to be a trad wife, the traditional wife. And that's a whole, I mean, they're still working because they're making content.
Oh, yeah.
For being a traditional wife.
Right.
And FYI, for anybody who's in know, making content is a full ass time job because you're doing all kinds of things. But that's a trend of I just
Staying
want
home.
to stay home, be a mom.
Yeah, homeschooling.
Mhm.
And yeah, I see it. And I do understand it. However, I don't think my personality or my attention span would allow me to do it. But I mean, there's times when my kids are come home from school and I'm like, really? Like that, you learned that today?
Why'd you come home from school?
No, not like that, but like that's what happened to you. That's what someone said to you. That, you know what I mean? It's like some things that you wish that, your kids, when they're in public school or they're exposed to everybody and everything. Right. So there's like things that my kids, I would love to homeschool them. I mean, not me, like have somebody homeschool them while I do Pilates.
I would love it to be homeschool.
Yeah. Right.
I would love if they were homeschooled.
Yeah. But so I know I always joke and I'm like, man, I need a wife. Like, do you understand? Like, if I had a wife, she could cook, she would clean, she would take my kids places, she would do all the things. Like, sign me up.
Yeah, you want to be the stay-at-home part, not the wife part.
No, not like the mom had to do all the things. Like, yeah, no, I do enjoy doing all the things for my kids because, right, I do like taking them to school.
Listening.
No, I do
Yeah.
love taking them to school and stuff. But it's just like to have someone, I don't know, just all the things that, I mean, I started taking pictures today of all the things that I'm doing.
Right.
Just so I can see like how much you really do.
But I think, I don't know if that's our generation thing or that's an us thing or whatever the case is. It's funny because both of you are like, I would really like to do less things as you build a life to do more
things. I'm about to have 6 kids, 3 dogs.
Right. Like the both of you both do it.
You know what I think it is? I want to have the choice. Okay. I want to go to work because I want to.
Right.
Not
Not
because you
because
have to.
I have to have
Because
food in the
your bills are
fridge for
due.
my kid.
Right.
I think that's what it comes down to. Like, I want to be able to.
Well, the podcast
Go to the beach if the sun's out, right?
Yeah.
Like, what? No.
The podcast is going to be wildly successful. And so you can go down to having one job. But I guarantee you, let's say it's successful and we have the one job, right? We're making really good money off the podcast. I guarantee you, we're gonna come back to this episode. And 2 years from now, you're still going to be doing other shit.
Oh,
I am.
You're still going to be doing
Yeah.
other things. She's like, so I started mentoring.
I mean, oh,
the makeup community. I have a class. I'm like, what?
It's true. I don't know what.
You
I don't
know
know.
what
but
you
that's not
wanted.
bad though. That's like 2 hours
You
of
know,
your
I
time
learned
when
that-
you want in your house.
But the thing that so
But nothing is ever that. Like once you make a commitment,
Yeah.
it never becomes that. Even if it's like, okay, I'm going to commit to, I want to go take watercolor classes, right? It's a six class buy. I have to go to all 6 classes. Like I wanted to go to maybe like 1 or 2 classes, but you're not going to learn how to do watercolors for real if you don't go to all 6 classes. So everything takes time and energy.
Effort. That's again, my
Everything.
effort.
Mhm.
everything takes time and energy and
Yeah.
all the time. And that's the thing. Like, there's not enough time.
Right.
There's not enough time.
I say that, and then sometimes I'll just be scrolling through, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, instead of scrolling, you should have been doing what you're supposed to do, Amanda.
Yeah.
Like,
So
stop.
you need mental rest.
Yeah, you
can't
do.
always be doing
But
something.
it's still stimulating when you're, scrolling.
Well, that's the thing is that you need, because if you actually, well, some of us spend a lot of time doing that. But if you were like busy every hour of every day, you would lose your mind.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
You
No.
have
No.
to sit the
I was
hell
busy,
down.
super busy today. Tomorrow I'll be like,
Yeah.
I need a break.
So do you feel like this is where you want to stay forever or you think you're going to do it again?
So this is a start to get to where what I want to be, right? Like, so I need to get this company up and going. And when I get to a certain amount, I can hire other people, and then I'll be less involved, or that's when I do what I do best is networking. Like, I go to Mingle, we do the dinners, but I think, going back to distribution, maybe having something sellable,
Okay.
That's my goal. And you?
My goal is to what I already said.
Oh yeah. Work less.
Do less and get more. I don't know. How am I not making myself clear?
Yeah, right. And me, trophy wife.
No, but I think, obviously the company that I am with right now has amazing potential to be huge. It's a startup company.
Yep, same.
But it is a really cool product. And I think that if I'm smart about it, I can really invest into the stocks right now and be really successful. And I'm really excited about the product itself. It's very, very interesting. And I am going to be surrounded by a lot of high net worth individuals. And that in itself is networking. So I'm setting myself up to be in rooms with people that can be very instrumental to my own finances. So I'm excited about that. And I am in it for, I want to say at least 5 years. I see myself in where I am now, obviously growing with the company. But eventually I don't want to work for anyone. I don't want to have a boss. I don't want to have to call someone and say, hey, I have a headache. I'm not coming in today. That's the goal. I do still have my small business. However, I don't want that to be my income. I like having the small business because I enjoy it. It's almost like a passion project for me because I love my clients. But it's not something that I want to do. I don't want to be a business owner. I don't want to have a business that I run because again, you're
stress.
And not only that, but you are trading your time for money. I don't want to do that. I want my time to be mine.
Right. It's also the degree of flexibility, right? If you do something like a podcast, you do have to be, or anything on social media, you do have to be consistent. So it's way more punishing than a regular job where you can just take a vacation. But at the same time, you can record 10 of these and do nothing for 3 weeks.
Right.
And then you're just pumping out these things, and that's taking, and you don't physically have to be at a place. You can get on a plane and you can go over the hell you want, and you don't have to sit inside of a facility and give the service. And so I think that I don't know if at this age we're trying to get away from work so much as make our work be what we want it to be.
Right.
I want this to look the way I want it to look. I have skills and abilities that I have honed over the last 20 years, 25 years that I've been working. And I want to take that ability and I want to create the exact box that I want to put myself in.
Right. Which goes back to what I said. I want to get paid for being myself.
Yeah.
I want to continue to, I've had more time. I've had more mental energy because working the 4 jobs, I didn't have the mental energy to create content. And now I'm going back into creating content and I'm experimenting with what I like, what I don't like. I don't always want to stand in front of a camera and show my outfits. Like I want to provide more value. And I want to get paid for being myself, which is why I'm working on, the YouTube channel and all of that. But that's really the goal. The goal is that, I think I'm pretty cool. And I want to be able to sustain my lifestyle with just helping people, going back again to rereading and bringing that back. It's like, I always knew that I wanted to entertain people and help them at the same time. So I think that this is the perfect platform for that.
I think it's a good one too.
I know we are entertaining.
I think
we're entertaining people right now. Right? It's live entertainment. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at us doing it all.
Oh no, true. Kudos.
Final things.
Start with you.
Oh,
what's your final thing?
About changing jobs.
Oh no. Okay, so you want to stick with that one?
Yeah.
Well, I
want
to.
We were talking.
I know, but I want to. I know.
Episode,
I like kind of going on to like my next one. I just want to be like just to the day. Like, what were we doing, or what's the topic of the day? I find this is very it's like tasking to me. Like I had to do.
Yeah, but you can pick up the paper and look at it. It's okay. Nobody's stopping you.
reinvention isn't about throwing away what you've done.
We're
It's about
learning.
leveling up with what you already know.
Oh no, so you don't need to have stuff like that. You just need to have like
ChatGPT.
you need to have signposts of like, you know, how do you feel
We're
about
gonna
it?
get-
What do you like about it? What do you not like
We're
about
gonna
it?
have to get
Ah.
Amanda a teleprompter.
Yeah, no. Well, we'll get you an outline next time. But we're learning.
We
Yeah,
are.
I know. So I am the only one that is not a content creator. I mean, other than my Instagram pictures and my kids and my husband.
You're right.
So I am the one who is still both learning, right? So you guys are above me in this. You both.
There's
you know,
no above.
Well,
Which
you
I
know,
think is really
you know
cool,
your
though.
good side, you know, and I don't know.
But you're
I mean,
like in a really cool place to appeal to the people who are scared to put themselves out there like this. There are so many people
Who would
that
never.
would never
No.
because they feel like they can or they don't know how to or they don't know what to say. They don't know how to act. They don't know their angles or whatever it is. So that's a really cool
but
audience that you are going to attract by being that person.
But also
newbie?
all those other things that she and I know are learnable. The personality part of it and the fact that you're entertaining is not learnable.
Oh, okay.
Like if you weren't entertaining, then it would make no sense. Like what are you doing it for?
Gotcha.
Right.
Right. Okay.
So last thoughts about the journey of a new job at
Do
this
it.
stage in life.
Take a risk, do it. It's not as bad as it seems. Once you do it and you're starting, honestly, it was not as scary as I thought it was going to be. Obviously, it's new targets, more work. However, it's almost the same thing that I was already doing. And I'm happy that I did do it, right? It was very scary, very, very scary because I was so comfortable. Now I'm not so comfortable, but it's giving me an oomph, like my little juju again. It's giving me to be what I got to find new best friends and we're all going to be friends and doing what I do most. And it's giving me, making me better, like have higher self-esteem again, being out and talking to people. Cause I love talking to people. However, when I was home and thought that I was loving it, and I'm not talking as much to people, it was really depressing to me. I definitely say I want to be a trophy wife and I'm down to be a trophy wife, but I think I definitely would have to have some kind of side gig. Stay busy.
Yeah. For me, I would say maybe think outside the box, right?
Mhm.
Like you, especially if you've been doing something for a really long time, you have skills that you've learned that aren't just that thing. If you've just been in sales for this entire time, you've also acquired skills around time management. You've acquired skills around, managing people. If you have a customer base that you have to like set things up for,
Mhm.
you're an event planner, you're all of these things. You're a relationship manager, you're a psychiatrist because your customers are crazy and they want to call you all the time.
All
You know,
and talk.
all of those things. So like life goes by, time's going to go by no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to start all over again, that can feel overwhelming, but
It's not.
the time's going to pass no matter what.
What? So do
Look,
something.
If you said, oh, I wish I had whatever, I wish I had been a pilot.
Be a pilot.
Go back and
Yeah.
be a pilot, man. You still got 2 legs, 2 arms. You can see, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Why
Yeah.
not?
I think for me, it would be honest with yourself as far as like what's really important for you. Like some people get caught up in the trap of like, climbing the corporate ladder, but they're miserable.
Mhm.
And all they care about is the title. Okay, but is that making you happy? Be honest. If you like, for me, when I started my small business, a lot of people would think that it's failing because it hasn't grown. I don't want it to grow. I'm happy with where it is because again, it's a passion project that I get to make extra income from. But be honest with yourself and stop letting other people's ideas or what you think you should be doing with your life stop you from actually going for what you want. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I can't make less money. Can you live off less money but be happy? Then do that.
Right.
So be honest, be true to yourself.
Right.
That's good. I like that too.
Yeah. So we don't know what the next episodes are, but they're going to be fantastic.
They're going to be fun.
Yeah. I'm going to do mine on just the day, like whatever comes to mind. I think we're so funny and we always had a crisis, right?
Don't set us up for
I
failure.
know, no, but
Don't do that.
that's what our normal
We're
lunches
just gonna
was.
show
I don't
up
want
and talk.
Yes. Our lunches would go on for hours and we would have no topics to talk about. We would just come and be like, do you know what this motherfucker did? Or do you know these damn, it was
So eventually down the road, we can definitely go that route. But like today for an unknown podcast, like when people are looking up topics that they want to find a podcast on, they're not looking up like Amanda's Day.
Yeah.
Right? So they're looking up.
yes, they are. They care. so much.
Eventually,
Yeah.
they're gonna want to know what kind of toothpaste we use.
Right. then you do like the whole a day in the life and a blog and all that
Oh,
blog.
I'll do my own skit off of this. Okay.
Right. Then like, cause you could just tell them all the Amanda Day things.
Yes.
But for now, it's,
Topic.
we want them to find us.
All right, whatever.
All right.
I think for me, I want to talk more about dating.
Ooh,
I
So
like
I'm
it.
going back in there.
you crack me up with this guy in jail that you were talking to,
Oh my God.
literally
He was
in jail.
prison.
Oh, in prison?
He was in
He's a
he was in jail. He
convicted
was in
felon?
prison. Okay, he was in a federal institution.
And
And he's
on the
messaging
dating
you and
sites.
liking your videos.
Love it. He's on the dating sites. Like, I'm gonna find
Love
my
after
one.
lockup. What's it called? Lockup and
Yeah.
love.
Listen,
No, it doesn't work out. Don't do it.
Listen, I
They're
did.
liars.
I did a book video on Danielle Steele and Colleen Hoover. Okay,
Mhm.
I looked into Danielle Steele's past because I wanted to see like personality
She
wise
did
who they
an
were.
inmate.
She married an inmate. She met him when she was in interviewing a different inmate in the jail. Right? She starts dating him. He comes out
There's hope.
and he moves in with her.
Oh.
He ends up back in jail for rape and something else, something violent, I think. She marries him in the jail. She
After
stays
that?
married to him for like 3 or 4 years.
So you can do
Are you
it.
vouching for this guy? What's happening
I
right now?
know.
I am not going to date someone that's in a federal institution.
Listen,
But
and
you will get
it's
the
Danielle
best
Steele.
letters and all his attention. You don't think about him cheating.
Well, I don't know about that.
Hey.
Wow. Hopefully not
They
cheating.
can
I mean,
still do it.
yeah. Well, I guess it's not
No.
cheating. Oh, never mind.
No, thank
Until
you.
the next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.